Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the AGW Town Hall. My name is William Boatwright and I'm the principal. I've had the privilege of serving the AGW community for the past 17 years. We receive many questions from our community members regarding virtual learning. We will provide answers to your questions this afternoon. Several members of our staff will join me to answer those questions. Should you have additional questions after our town hall, please feel free to reach out to any member of our school community and we will do our best to find answers.
Mr. Boatwright, will teachers be live for kids?
Yes. Courses will be taught live in Canvas 2 days a week for alternating day courses and 4 days a week for 6th grade students enrolled in Extended Math 7. Students who are taking science and social studies will also have 4 days a week of live instruction. Teachers are undergoing 3 weeks of intensive training in Canvas to build their virtual classes in Canvas. Additionally, teachers are meeting daily with their departments in grade level professional learning communities, where they are focusing on devoting their time to developing instructional strategies, collaborative learning teams, and have gotten stronger as they prepare for the virtual teaching experience. Our specialists are providing resources to support our teachers as they plan instructional units. Throughout, our goal for teachers and staff is to be in communication with students and parents. To that end, we have built in office hours in order for teachers to communicate with students and parents, as well as the ability for instructional support staff to provide remediation daily. So, what is the schedule going to look like for us? I know, so our schedule is going to look very similar to this. We're going to have 4 blocks. Each of those blocks are roughly 60 minutes each. The first block is a little bit longer today. That's about 70 minutes. Block 2 will be 60. We'll have a lunch for 30 minutes, followed by block 3 and block 4. You'll see examples of that on your screen. There's an example of our schedule. Students will take X and Y day classes and they will be static, which means that Tuesdays and Thursdays will always be X days, and Wednesdays and Fridays will always be Y days, with one exception, which I'll talk to you about in a minute at the end of my presentation. Monday will be an asynchronous day for students, with teachers providing remediation, learning support staff providing remediation, so that students can ask questions and those types of things on that particular day. Okay?
I have children that are going into 6th grade and into advanced classes. If they are only going to have 2 days of actual time with the teacher online, what do they do if they need to get in touch with a specific teacher because they are having issues with the class?
All of our teachers will have office hours daily to assist students with questions. Teachers will publish the times they will be available to answer questions, work with small groups of students, or conference with students and parents.
What is the expectation of time online each day versus work completed at a student's own pace? Thank you for all your efforts to make this happen.
Well, you're welcome. We're working hard to try to make sure that we make this as seamless as possible. Synchronous classes with the teacher present, are about 60 minutes each. That's 4 blocks of 60 minutes that kids will have. And asynchronous learning, that's the self-paced learning for students, are about 30 minutes of what we're looking at per content area.
Grading. How will this take place? What will be graded? And will homework be graded?
Grading practices will be shared by teachers regarding assignments and assessments. It's important for us to make certain that students are getting the learning they need and not necessarily worrying about the grading they're going to receive. Although grades are a big part of that, we want to make sure that they're learning the material. So teachers will share their grading practice with everyone.
How can I get siblings in different grades on the same schedule of rotation on the same days of learning?
Siblings and students who live at the same address have been scheduled to attend school on the same day. Should you receive a schedule that has a student attending school on different days, please contact us. We'll try to correct that. The first day of school is Monday, August 31st. Mondays would typically be an asynchronous day where your tiger will be working on self-paced activities. Since there is no school on Friday, this will be the only Monday where synchronous instruction will take place. Monday and Wednesday are X days, and Tuesday and Thursdays are Y days for the first week of school only. Only the first week of school. Okay? After that, we'll resort to Mondays will be an asynchronous day, Tuesdays and Thursdays will be your X days, and Wednesdays and Fridays will be your Y days. Only the first week's a little different. Promise we'll make sure you know it.
Hello, I'm Sherry Fox, one of the assistant principals here at AG Wright Middle School. I work primarily with 6th grade. I'm excited to share some information with you in regards to the start of the school year through this town hall format.
Ms. Fox, tell me more about Canvas from a parent perspective.
Here's a brief video preview that Canvas has made to help parents and students.
Meet Amy Pandison. Amy has 2 kids, Tucker and Jane. Tucker is in the 8th grade and loves world history. Jane is in the 3rd grade and enjoys science projects. Their school uses Canvas to facilitate student learning. Amy wants to be involved in her kids' education, not to do it for them, but to help them be successful and build confidence as learners. Amy wants to check their grades, view assignment due dates and the instructions, follow Amy and Tucker's calendars, and communicate easily with teachers. Amy hears about the Canvas parent app in an email from the school. Both kids' teachers use Canvas and want to make sure parents can easily stay connected. Amy searches for Canvas Parent in the App Store for her mobile device. After it downloads, Amy searches for her school district in the search bar. When she finds it, she then sees the option to sign in. Amy does not have her own Canvas account yet, so she selects Parents of a Canvas User, Create Account. She enters her name, her email address, and creates a password, but does not have a student pairing code. Tucker creates a pairing code from his account by opening his account settings from the global navigation bar. He selects Pair with Observer and gives that code to Amy. She can now see Tucker's classes and grades on the app's home screen. Jane is still in elementary school, so Amy gets her pairing code from Jane's teacher and easily adds it on the app. Now Jane is all set up with the Canvas Parent app as her sidekick in supporting her kids' education. To make sure she stays up to date on both kids' accounts, Jane sets up her alerts and notifications. On her phone or tablet, Amy selects Manage Students and then selects Tucker. She sets her preferences on when and about what she would like Canvas to alert her. She does the same for Jane. As Amy finishes choosing her notification settings, Jane comes bounding into the house without the coat she was wearing when she left for school. On the app, Amy opens her inbox, selects Jane's class, and sends a quick message to Jane's teacher about the missing coat. That night, before sitting down to dinner, Amy checks Tucker's classes and grades. He's doing pretty well. She also checks the calendar and notices that Tucker has a test coming up in a few days, and then helps Tucker organize his notes and create a study plan after dinner. She notices in her alerts section an announcement about a field trip to the local museum for Tucker's world history class, and a request for volunteer parent chaperones. Amy sends a quick message through the Canvas inbox to volunteer as a chaperone. Amy glances at the calendar and notices that Jane has a science project coming up. She looks at the assignment and notices a list of supplies and instructions for how to submit the assignment. Amy sets a reminder to buy the supplies. That night, Jane sits at the computer with Amy and they make a plan for Jane's project. Later that week, Amy helps Jane finish the project and helps her submit before the due date. After a long week of extracurricular activities, Amy sees a notification on her Canvas Parent app about a missing assignment in one of Tucker's classes. She reads the instructions posted on Canvas and asks Tucker how she can help him complete the assignment. That night, Amy sits with Tucker and helps him upload a picture to submit his assignment. Even though the assignment is still flagged as late and Tucker lost some points, it's still turned in for grading. Like Amy Pandison, you can also support your students' learning and know what's going on in their academic lives. You can download it for free in your app store. You can also log on to Canvas as an observer through your web browser. Also, check out the Canvas guides for observers in the Canvas community.
A student pairing code will be available once school starts. As Mr. Boatwright mentioned, teachers are busy building their Canvas classrooms as we speak.
How will the Focus program work if my child is 100% virtual?
Gifted resource teachers will provide modules with enrichment and extension opportunities in Canvas. Teachers will also provide asynchronous opportunities for identified gifted students and will monitor their academic progress as well as communicate with families. Our gifted teachers will also work with professional learning communities each day to support content differentiation in Canvas. Additionally, gifted art resource teachers will provide 1 hour of synchronous instruction 2 times per month before the school day starts. Gifted art resource teachers will provide weekly asynchronous learning in Canvas and work with school art teachers to help differentiate instruction.
My student is in extended math, and we want to be sure the teacher will provide virtual live lessons. What resources are available to parents to assist with new learning?
Parents in need of assistance and/or resources should reach out to their student's teacher.
My son was in Focus class in elementary school. Will he continue in middle school automatically, or will there be a need for a new placement test?
Students who have been identified for Focus in elementary school will automatically be placed in the Focus program in middle school.
Where is the list to fill out for the by appointment only new student and 6th grade welcome?
6th grade and new students will have the opportunity to visit the school. 6th grade and new student families will be able to sign up for appointments. Robocalls will be sent to said families to notify them of sign-up availability.
Hello, my name is Olivia Dow. I am the school nurse for A.G. Wright Middle School.
Nurse Dow, do I need to do anything special when coming to the school for any of my appointments?
Yes, please, first of all, if you are sick, stay home. But if on the day of your appointment you're feeling well, call the office when you arrive in the parking lot. Please make sure that you have your cloth face covering on and a writing utensil, such as a pen, if you think you're going to be needing to sign something. Everyone entering the building will be asked a series of questions related to the potential exposure to COVID-19. Everyone will also have their temperature checked, and everyone will be asked to use hand sanitizer that will be at the door. If anyone has a temperature above 100, they're going to be asked to wait a few minutes and have their temperature rechecked a second time. If your temperature should remain above 100, they will not be allowed into the building. And once you are in the building, we are going to require that cloth face covering. It has to be worn at all times when you're in the building.
What steps are being taken to mitigate transmission?
A lot of the steps that we're using is with public health guidance. One of the things we have done is place sneeze guards. They are huge plastic guards that protect you as well as the staff. We also have many hand sanitizer stations throughout the school for your utilization. We also have posters. Posters, some of them also in Spanish, to remind you to wash your hands frequently or use the hand sanitizer station. We also have posters reminding you to keep your social physical distance. There's markings on the floor reminding you which way you should be walking. And you also notice that everyone will have a mask or maybe a mask and a shield on in place.
I have paperwork from my child's doctor. What do I do with it?
Okay. Well, if you have paperwork for your student, I would like to have those medical plans if you already have those available. And one of the reasons that we want those available for the first day of school when they start, even if it is virtually, is that I want to be ready when we're ready to come back into in-person, and that needs to be on file. If you have immunizations, that has to be given to me prior because that is a state mandated thing, especially for my rising 7th graders. But if any of the students have had any immunizations this year, please bring a copy of that to the clinic or to the school after you call first. If you have a 7th grader and they have not had that Tdap immunization done yet, we are doing a drive-through immunization clinic for the Tdap at Colonial Forge High School on August 18th from 4:30 until 7:30 p.m. And in summary, I just want to say, please remember your 3 W's. That is to keep your distance of at least 6 feet from everyone at all times, to also wear a face mask and wear it properly. Make sure it is on your nose, it is sealed, and it's protecting your chin as well. Make sure you take it off appropriately too. You want to use the sides of the mask to take it off. And then the last W is washing those hands. There is nothing that can replace washing the hands in the transmission of any respiratory illness or disease. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Guadalupe. I'm one of the assistant principals here at AG Wright. I primarily work with 7th grade, and I, for one, am looking forward to having another Tigerific school year.
Miss Guadalupe, my student is signed up for virtual learning. Can she get her books from the school?
Students will have the option to request home sets of textbooks at a later date. At this time, we're still collecting textbooks from last school year. However, all textbooks are available online. Textbook codes will be posted and shared by each content teacher when school starts. Teachers will also be walking students through the process for accessing the textbooks online.
My student still has textbooks from last school year. What should we do with them?
That's a good question. We are still missing approximately 25% of the textbooks issued during the 1920 school year. If you missed last week's textbook collection dates, please bring your books to the office any day between the hours of 8 and 4. Simply call the office at 540-658-6240 from the parking lot to let our office staff know you are here to return textbooks. Your help with this is greatly appreciated.
If we went with the 100% virtual model, should we expect to have a different school supply list?
No. On our school website, you will find a generic supply list for each grade level. We have asked our teachers to simplify their class supply list. Should you have need of help with obtaining school supplies, please contact one of our school counselors. 6th grade students can reach out to Miss Carpenter, 7th grade students can contact Miss Miller, and 8th grade students can contact Miss Bailey for their supply needs.
When and where can I pick up a Chromebook for my child?
Chromebook distribution will take place on August 20th and 21st between 10 and 2. A robocall will go out to our Tiger families to notify them of our Chromebook distribution dates. Returning Tigers who still have a Chromebook from the spring may keep it for the 2021 school year. As well, our new 6th grade Tigers who checked out a Chromebook from the elementary school may continue to use it for this school year.
Welcome, Tigers. I am Mrs. Carpenter, and I am the counseling director and the counselor for 6th graders. Welcome, welcome.
Mrs. Carpenter, when will I receive my school schedule?
Well, the counseling team is currently working to create the master schedule as we speak. Schedules will be made available during the last week of August. They'll also be published in Parent View and Student View as soon as they're available.
Will more than just one foreign language be available to 6th graders since they are limited on electives?
6th graders will have one world language option. It's called World Language Exploratory.
My 6th grader chose band as an elective. When will we hear about choosing instruments with Mrs. Mandudis?
If your child was able to get 6th grade band or orchestra as one of their electives, they'll be given instructions from their band or orchestra director regarding their selection of instruments. This process will take place during the first few weeks of school. The band and orchestra directors will provide additional information during the open weeks of school.
Hi, I'm Denise Miller. I'm the 7th grade counselor.
Miss Miller, are there any changes to the schedule other than being virtual?
Science and social studies are daily classes that will last for a semester. If you have science in the fall, you will have social studies in the spring. All electives are also semester classes except our performing arts classes like band, chorus, and strings.
When will we find out whether or not our child's electives will be available for virtual learning?
All elective courses will be made available for students virtually. Elective choices may be offered one or both semesters. Students will receive schedules by the last week of August.
I am Mrs. Bailey, and I'm the counselor for the entire 8th grade.
Mrs. Bailey, will there be electives taught within the virtual curriculum? More specifically, band.
Yes, all electives will be taught virtually, including band.
Are you offering high school foreign language classes virtually?
Yes, we are offering Spanish 1 and French 1 virtually.
Will orchestra be offered this semester? And if so, will it be in a way that the students will be learning new notes and techniques on their specific instruments, not just online general music assignments like they had in the spring?
Yes, orchestra will be offered as a year-long elective. And unlike in the spring, all students will learn new material, including all our performing arts students.
Hello, My name is John Bryant. I'm the health and physical education teacher here at A.G. Wright Middle School. I have a couple of questions I'd like to answer that has come from our community. One question is, should I get a physical? Well, if you get a physical, make sure it is a VHSL physical, and make sure it's been dated after May the 1st, 2020. Now, at this time, we are not conducting fall sports. Now, if something should change, you will need a VHSL physical for the spring and winter. Now, our second question is, what will PE look like this year? And I'm going to dabble in putting health in this question as well. We're going to incorporate health and PE for the most part in each lesson. We're going to have 60 minutes with you. We're going to use 15 to 30 minutes of health and the same for physical education. In that, we're going to do physical fitness training, a lot of movement. For health, we're going to use and work on nutrition as an example of a topic, the FIT formula, an example, how to create a fitness plan for yourself, a nutrition plan, and all those will go hand in hand with our physical fitness activities. And yes, we are using the state SOLs for health and physical education. They are our guidelines. That is our map. And we're going to go through those and conduct our class accordingly.
Guys, thank you for spending time with us. We hope we've answered your questions. As always, please feel free to contact us at AG Wright should you have additional questions. We appreciate your patience and understanding as we work together to navigate the virtual environment. I cannot wait to see the halls at AG Wright full with students and staff again. And guys, just remember, as we say every day when we conclude our announcements, remember, make it a great day or not, the choice is always yours.
Hello again. Since our town hall video was recorded, we have some changes to make regarding some of the answers provided. The first change is to that of this week's Chromebook distribution. We are still awaiting our delivery of additional Chromebooks. As such, we are pushing back our distribution. Once we have our Chromebooks in hand, we will be sure to share distribution information with you via a robocall and email. We apologize for the delay. Additionally, all of our open house activities will now take place virtually. We are currently working on a welcome video for all of our Tigers to watch before school starts. Please know that all of us at AG Wright hope that you enjoy the last weeks of your summer break. We look forward to welcoming all of our Tigers to AG Wright in a couple of weeks. Though things will be different, please rest assured knowing that we are all working together to ensure that our Tigers have a great school year. Your support and understanding are greatly appreciated. Thank you for tuning in.